30, 40,
30, 40,
30, 40,
30, 40. Hey, how many views you think this will get?
30,
30, 40.
40. What's your dream car?
It used to be a G-Wagon, but now I feel like that's so tacky. Every time I see one, I'm like, ugh.
You know how much the starting price for a G-Wagon is?
Isn't it like 300? Or is it
dollars?
Yeah.
Izzy Arceo bowl of noodles.
God bless. I probably turned off my dang thingamajigger. Sorry about that. Let's just jump right in this. I didn't see it. What number episode is this? All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel, and this is episode 113. It's the year of our Lord, 2021. The date is August 16th, and it's a beautiful Monday. How you doing, Douglas?
I'm good. Thank you so much. It is a Monday, and it is beautiful outside. Yesterday, it was not so pretty. It was raining, thundering, lightning, and all in between. And that's so appropriate that this is episode 113 because we just had a Friday the 13th. And I must say, it felt like one. I had a pretty weird Friday.
Yeah? What happened?
I don't even really remember. I just remember it being weird.
I feel that. Also, I think we should definitely start saying the date. I just kind of said that as a joke, but now it feels like that's a cool kind of reference because eventually don't your videos just say like 6 years ago or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I guess so. I thought about that.
Just so that you can click on it and be like, oh, this was also it works good for an alibi. Son, where were you on August 16th? Shit, man, I was right there. I got video proof. Note the time.
Yeah. Timestamp.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Was it Dave Chappelle jerking off in the window with a stopwatch? Note the time, motherfucker.
What?
That was his alibi. He would stand. He said he'll stand in the window and jerk off with the clock, pointing at the clock. Dave Chappelle was not doing that. He was jerking off in the window. Note the time, motherfucker.
I didn't know
that. Yeah, we had Friday the 13th, and then and my folks came. And Friday was pretty cool. We went to PF Chang's because we were gonna go Papa Dough because I wanted some Cajun food, but we got there.
Papa Dough.
We got there. They had an hour wait. They told us an hour wait, and I was like, nah, not popping. So we went to PF Chang's, and I got some sushi, and it made me sick.
Papa Dough.
Then we went to the Rangers game on Saturday.
It's so weird you're talking about that. I had a dream, dude. I had a dream that somebody had a Rangers, like a big Rangers baseball banner, and I just like went up to it. And I just took it down and just folded it up. I swear to God.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, I'm taking this to my friend Joel, and everybody's like, okay. And I'm like, all right, bye. I swear to God, that was my dream.
Joel must really love the Rangers. You can have it.
Do you like the Rangers? You're like, oh, dude, you're like, hey, man, it's Hall of Fame inductee. And you're like saying these names.
No, it's
like,
Adrian Beltre, though. He's like one of the best baseball players of all time. I know who that is. Just because I don't like the Rangers don't mean I don't know who that is.
You don't watch
but do you know what was way cooler than that, though? You know who else I thought was way cooler? The announcer. I get Chuck Morgan is his name. I guess he's been their announcer for like 40 years or some shit. I just thought that was awesome that the announcer got to do it, and he like gave a big speech, and he was using his announcer voice, you know. And I was like, man, this is cool as hell.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
just like that'd be like in Madden if they were like, Madden, come on down.
Do they do the seventh inning stretch at that game? I've never been to Rangers games.
They did some weird shit around then. Yeah, they did
a ball game and stuff like that.
They had some girl Nolan Ryan steal a base. She runs out and tries to steal a base and run it all the way back to the dugout in 30 seconds. She won. And then they did some like dot race, but that was like a little bit earlier, the dot race. And everybody like picks a color.
Everybody picks a color?
Yeah, and just like yells for like red, green, or blue or whatever.
You said it was a new stadium?
Yeah. It's fucking huge.
Was it the first game? That wasn't the first game in the new stadium.
No, I think the first game was back in April.
It's your first game at the new stadium.
That's the first time I've even seen it. It's right across from Globe Life Park, though. like the old stadium. So if you loved the old stadium, you'll walk out and feel sad because it's right in front of you. And if you hate the old stadium, you'll walk out and feel good because you're like, see, this one was way better. I think that's an interesting choice.
Are they going to implode it? Are they going to just?
I have no idea. I think it's like a historical site.
Dude, they'll take it down. I mean, they built the new Yankee Stadium across the freaking highway from the old Yankee Stadium and just like blew up the old Yankee Stadium.
See, this one's not even across a highway. This one's literally across a parking lot.
So the one that's what they did with City Field, Shea Stadium, which is like where the Beatles played when they first came to America. Sold out Shea Stadium. They built the City Field like it. I mean, in what's the word I'm looking for?
I have no idea.
Not retrospect, but you know what I mean? Like in comparison, it'd be like 3 feet to like this table, you know what I mean? Scale. But like back to back. Like you could see Shea Stadium from City Field, and they're like, sayonara, Beatles. And just
see you later.
Like you walk through a parking lot, it's like this is where home plate of Shea Stadium used to be.
Yeah, it's weird. The people love to blow shit up. So anyway, we watched the game, and it was like watching a fucking minor league game. They got absolutely spanked by the A's, so that tells you how good that game was. And
I haven't followed baseball in like 5 years.
It just was an extremely boring game. Like they just it literally felt like you were watching it felt like watching the minor leagues. But I had so much fun there because obviously the energy was still awesome, and just to see my folks and hang out and shit was cool. They have a 2.5 foot hot dog covered in chili and stuff called the boomstick. I didn't get that, but fuck no. I saw somebody walk by with it and it looked supremely disgusting. It was
really?
It's like a floppy dick just covered in brown stuff. It was so weird. And it was just this, I don't know. But we got all these bobbleheads. They gave us all these bobbleheads of this dude, and then he fucking sucked the whole night. I was like, fuck this dude and his dumb bobblehead toy. But it was such a good time. I had a fucking awesome time. And honestly, there were seats there that were like probably like $6. They were such shitty fucking seats, like up in the thing. And I want to, you just walk up there, whatever. Oh, here's $6 fucking. I watched the baseball.
I'm just like kind of fascinated about you and baseball now. I mean, I love that you're a baseball fan now. Or apparently,
I go on and off with baseball. I think it's about if I live in a city where I can go to games, then I'll get into it. Like in LA, went to a lot of Dodgers games, really got into it, knew my players, knew what I liked, knew all that shit. But then I came here and I was like, fuck it, no more baseball.
Hey, what do you think? How about next step? We do a let's test your baseball knowledge. I'll give you a heads. I won't do it. I won't let's do it. And like, I'm giving you, it's not like how well does Joel know himself? It's like, I'll give you.
Probably won't do very good, man.
I'll give you a week and we will do standardized, like basic questions. Nothing.
What are we talking here? Like rules of the game or like stats of players? I'm not going to be knowing anything like that. I'm not going to know people's RBI. I'm not going to know shit like that.
No stats. No, nothing like that. Like, like, not Jeopardy level, but like
Wheel of Fortune, maybe.
Yeah, like Wheel of Fortune,
like a hangman game. You tell me how many letters are in the answer, and then I pick consonants and vowels till we get there.
All right, dude, come on, man. Dude, you got all week to prep.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think I'm gonna do very well. I'll say right now, I enjoy watching. It doesn't mean I understand what's happening.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't really have a favorite team anymore.
You're just dude. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. I can't think of the dude's name right now. If I'll start ranting about it while you chatting about it. If you look it up, he's a YouTube sensation now, and he goes to all the major league parks and he catches fly balls, and he like has a collection of fly balls, and that's pretty much what he does. And he wears, and since he's just a fan of baseball, he wears a hat that just has the MLB logo on it.
That's dope.
And he has all these techniques. He's like, so if you want to get this ball, you got to be obviously wearing a Boston hat or a Boston jersey, and you need to and this player right here, he's so good about throwing to the stadium. That third base coach, he'll always throw out the balls to the stadium. So you guys got to know, and he has all these techniques, and all these kids are always walking up to him, ask for his autograph, and like he'll like give him the balls and stuff like that. I
think I found who it is.
Say the name.
Mention a YouTuber. It doesn't mention anything about YouTube. There's a guy named Zach Hampel
It's him.
That's him? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. His Wikipedia doesn't mention anything about the YouTube, but yeah.
Oh, no, that's the thing. But that's what he does. He just goes
11,000.
He goes to stadiums. He went to Tokyo and did it. In Tokyo, certain balls, the security guard comes and takes them back or something like that. And I guess most places, apparently, if it's a player's first home run, security will come and find the ball.
Give it to the player.
Yeah,
that's right. That's nice though. That's fucking nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I just want to apologize for the lighting on mine. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm like glowing. Does it look like that on your screen?
No,
I think it's just I got the lighting all weird. So here's something interesting though. He's actually not very popular of a person, according to his Wikipedia. So like just with baseball people, yeah. So because apparently he's frequently seen pushing children out of the way and shit to try to get it, and the New York Post ran an article on him where the headline was "Baseball's Most Hated Fan."
I'm like, yeah, everybody loves them.
Dude, fucking best.
They can have like a little kid's have a little kid birthday party and go, hey, guess who I got to come on? I got a cameo of Zach Campbell. They're all like, fuck this guy.
Have you ever seen the documentary about I always fucking forget.
Oh, the dude that goes to the dude the long shot or whatever, the dude that goes to prison.
No,
and
I love that documentary, but no, not that one.
I like that documentary because it's short.
Yeah, Steve Bartman.
Oh, dude, you talking about the dude that fucking life got ruined because he caught the fucking
fair ball? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Bro, you ever seen that documentary? Hold on.
Let's dive into that. BRB.
It's called Catching Hell. So Steve Bartman was at a Cubs game. He's a huge Cubs fan, like lifelong Cubs fan.
Like a true Cubs fan. Like not like this guy that we're talking about that goes to games to catch fucking fly balls.
Yeah, I'm trying to say. So the Cubs were playing the Marlins. It was October 2023. It was October 2003. It's at Wrigley Field, and it's the 8th inning, Game 6 of the championship series, and Chicago was leading 3-0. And Marlins batter Luis Castillo hit a fly ball into foul territory in left field, with the Cubs outfielder pursuing it, and Steve Bartman reached forward and caught it. And immediately, I mean, he's a huge Cubs fan. He was like at every game. It was his life. Yeah, and then he caught it and became the most hated person in the city.
Had to go into hiding.
Yeah, it absolutely ruined his life, and it ruined baseball for him because it was he felt like he couldn't be a part of it because he felt like he had a lot of guilt about it. He still has a lot of guilt about it.
Yeah. Do you think it's well deserved?
No. I think it's fucking stupid. Fan, it's a game.
Now that you're a true baseball fan, you don't think you'd be upset if Steve Bartman?
I'd be annoyed that happened, but dude, like, I don't know. What are the odds?
Well, this same scenario happened in a playoff situation with the Yankees and a kid. I don't remember who the Yankees were playing, and
the Giants, and he caught it, and his girlfriend straight up. Is that not
the kid? It's a kid. He didn't have a girlfriend. Anyways, but he caught it, and like he became a hero because he caught a fair ball that was by the opponents of the Yankees. I cannot remember it. It's pretty much the opposite of that story.
Trying to. Okay, no, yeah. So there was a Giants one too. It's he's sitting with his girlfriend and he catches it, and his girlfriend immediately puts her hoodie on and zips it up like all over her face and just gets up and walks out. And the guy just puts his hands up and shakes his head and gets up and walks out behind her security immediately because you get kicked out immediately no matter what. It's just a rule. If you do
he reached over and caught the ball.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Why do you unless dude? If you I guess this is all making sense now why this Zach Campbell dude's a pain in the ass. If you're over the age of 13 and you take a freaking baseball glove to a baseball game,
nerd,
you shouldn't even be allowed in. Like, dude,
I saw so many grown men doing that, and it's just like, guys, for real? Fuck you gonna do with it? Shove it up your ass? Like, what do you want that so bad for? You could buy a baseball. You're a grown ass man.
Shove it up your ass. I was about to say, I could see taking a little kids and they having baseball gloves. That'd be really cute. Be like,
that's what I'm saying. It's for kids. If you seriously get something out of holding the ball that only one of the people even fucking touched, like it's like, who fucking cares, dude? It's just a ball. I'll buy you a ball and I'll tell you a lie. And then if you just believe it enough, then you've got that ball. I got a Babe Ruth rookie ball. Right on back here. Right on back here. Babe Ruth rookie ball. It's all you got. Jackie Robinson rookie ball too. Put them both together. You got little testicle balls.
That Babe Ruth rookie ball has made you crack a tear. Crack a tear. Yeah, Babe Ruth rookie ball.
Hit puberty over here. Finally.
Got a Babe Ruth rookie ball.
Come on down to get a fucking rookie ball. Have you seen the fucking Tim Heidecker comedy special, the stand-up he put out last year? Called The Evening with Tim Heidecker?
No, wait, stay on the baseball subject.
Oh, okay, I was just my voice. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, well, the only reason I say that because there's another documentary, or maybe not a documentary, but like a segment they did on a news show or whatever. Did you know that all the balls that they have, they have thousands of balls in those stadiums, obviously, but there is somebody that takes a special mud that comes from a certain secret region of some swamp in America. They get thousands of pounds and gallons of this mud or whatever. I don't know how you weigh mud in gallons or pounds.
I think by volume.
Joel, what?
I think, don't you weigh it by like metric volume? Because
I know,
like a liquid.
So gallons?
Yeah, so gallons.
Or liters?
Or liters. Well, but eventually gallons becomes pounds, though, right? Don't you start weighing water in pounds once it's a certain cubic?
I have no idea.
The only reason I know this is because people were arguing about what was heavier, sand or water, on Reddit yesterday. So I feel like I got some recent kind of information, but I probably got it all wrong.
Dude, I have no idea. That's a great question. But anyways, is it a great question? I don't even think it.
Well, the question was, if you fill a thermos. No, just listen. If you fill a thermos with sand and you packed it down every time, and you fill the thermos just all the way up with water, what would be heavier? Because the sand would be denser, but you could never be as full as the water, apparently, no matter what. Like the sand would have to be wet in order to be heavier than the water.
Because of surface area?
I have no fucking idea. Something about the volume and how much space it covers.
Okay, so wow, we can figure.
Coming to my TED talk.
Yeah, somebody please figure this out first. We need this answer. Thermos full of sand or water. Go for it. Anyways, but this mud, then they have somebody that rubs every single ball down with this mud to be used in the game. Every single one.
And then they clean it afterwards, or what? Because
they dirty up the ball. And they rub a bunch of mud on it, and they just put it in. Like, all right, that's ball's ready to go. Like thousands of them, thousands. Yeah, all professional baseball balls, all professional baseballs.
I had no idea. What if it's like from some?
Do you think? Hold on, one more thing. Do you think like going to like warming up these professionals and stuff? Like, you think somebody's just going, "Hey, pass me the baseball. Throw me the baseball."
Is there a name? Is there a name for baseball that they would call? Because, like, like in Varsity Blues, where he's like, "Fire that fucking pig skin." Is there like a thing you would say in baseball, like, "Chunk that testy"?
Throw me that goddamn leather thing. I don't know.
Love me that white thing.
Throw me the ball.
Hey, chunk me that baseball, and we're right back at the front.
Yeah.
Baseball. I posted a picture of me and Caroline at the game, and there's a dude in the background. Go make it this face. And somebody DM'd me with it zoomed in on that and sent me a voice memo going, hey, look at that, no more baseball. Look at that baseball. And so then I sent him one back and said, hey, you see over there, that shortstop right there? I went to high school with his brother. Real good guy. It just looks like this dude was having conversations with his wife in the back. His wife is probably, shut the fuck up.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. I asked you to keep it on baseball. You're talking about Tim Heidecker's stand-up.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, he did a stand-up that he put out last year that I just found. And the whole thing is like anti-stand-up. It's 100%. He never breaks. It's him being a terrible misogynistic stand-up dude, like a very cliche, like early 90s, late 80s stand-up. He's like, my wife, the nag. And he keeps forgetting what he's going to say. It'll go. He's trying to figure. Oh, it's fucking hysterical, dude. He's the most abrasive person I've ever seen get famous. I love him.
It is pretty weird.
he put out a folk album that is played 100% straight, and it's awesome. It's really good.
Huh. He actually is pretty convincing. Like all this stuff, like he's like one of those few guys where he's like the acting, like it's like, man, is this really him?
I truly think he's like he's basically the Andy Kaufman of our time. Like I know Jim Carrey wanted to be that, but like beyond playing him in a movie, dude, Tim Heidecker fucking pisses people off at every single opportunity, and he revels in that shit. Have you seen Mr. America? Where he runs for fucking mayor of this town? It's a documentary. He runs for mayor of this town, and just it's I think it's fake, but it could be real. He ruins this town basically. Like he just puts. It's so funny, dude. And also Comedy Central aired like a 70-day trial of him where he's in a courtroom defending himself for some water pollution or something like that, and it's played as an actual court trial. There's no jokes. It's like 100 hours long, dude.
That's awesome.
He's out of his goddamn mind, man. It's so funny. So staying on the entertainment subject though, I made a list earlier, and I want to share it with you. And if you have anything you want to add to it at the end,
did you hear that?
No.
Like a huge boom, and now freaking dogs barking like crazy over here.
Okay, so are you a fan of music, of movies about music? Not like biopics, not like Ray, but movies about fake bands and shit.
Like Spinal Tap?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure, why not? Like okay. Rockstar, like Spinal Tap, like Rockstar.
Both, just movies with fake bands. Okay.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, okay. So I put together my top 9 fake musicians, and I left room for the 10th, and that's what because I think I basically covered all the bases you would cover. So if you have, I think you'll probably only have like one to add. Okay. So number 9, Llewyn Davis from Inside Llewyn Davis. I don't have much to say about him. That's that Coen Brothers movie with Oscar Isaac plays Llewyn Davis. He's a folk musician in like the Bob Dylan 60s era, and it's played kind of like that kind of a character. The movie is, it's okay, but the music is excellent, and I included that one because I actually listened to that CD like it's a real band.
I only got one, and you probably know it.
I think it's probably on the list. I know it. I think I know what it is. Number 8, Dewey Cox from Walk Hard.
It's pretty good.
Fuck yeah, dude. I still like beyond just the music. I quote the shit out of that movie all the time.
It's not. I loved how in the actual trailer that played on TV said, he goes, "It's not Cox unless I say it tastes like Cox." The sausage brand, like straight up said it on national television. Like what?
The wrong kid died. Wrong kid died. I say that all the time.
Freaking my drummer of Big Spirits, he only watched 2 movies and he loved them, and that was Run Running Run and Walk Hard.
I don't blame him. Those are both awesome fucking movies.
I don't know the only movies he's ever seen, but he just talked about those 2 movies.
He rarely comments on anything I post, but I posted Run Ronnie Run last year and he showed up immediately. And it was after you'd already told me that, so I got a huge kick out of it.
Yeah.
Number 7, Dustin Wyatt Chandler. Does that name ring a bell? That's George Strait's character in Pure Country.
Oh shit!
I love that fucking movie, bro. Because when I was a kid, I thought he was George Strait in the movie, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy that he made a movie about himself."
Yeah,
but it's not. It's Dustin Wyatt Chandler. I actually had to look that up. Up until today, I still thought it was George Strait in the movie.
Interesting. Is that check yes or no? Is that the song they wrote for that one?
I believe so.
It's Pure Country. No, it's not that. It's I sound like a what's that called? A bumper?
Oh, hold on. It's hard. Wait, hold on. I crossed my heart.
Cross my heart and promise to, dude. What's that called? We always talk about it in the early episodes, like when they like do a compile something for a sec, like for we were listening 99.5 Kiss. It's just a bunch of songs in a row.
Yeah,
like a bumper. Is that what we?
Yeah, where it's like things that are smashed together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did the most fucked up bumper for
country music. She's gone country. She's rhythm and blues. Here, I'll add to it.
All across my heart.
Strawberry wine. Okay. Number 6, NWH. I can't say what the name is, but if you know what NWA stands for, it's the exact same acronym except that the H is hats. So people with hats, and it's from Fear of a Black Hat. Awesome mockumentary from Rusty Cundiff, who also made Tales from the Hood. It's a mockumentary about a rap band called NWH, who's coming up. It came out around the exact same time as CB4 with Chris Rock. Oh, yeah. It's the exact same movie, but it's the one I prefer. So I picked NWH instead. Number 5, The Lone Rangers from Airheads.
Oh, yeah. The Lone Rangers? You're alone.
I love that shit. I love that shit so much. And
Do you know what I'm talking about? The DJ where he's like, the Lone Rangers. He's like, if you're alone, how are you the Lone Ranger? Yeah, Rangers. Or how about he's like, no, hold on, dude. Before you go on, and one of my other favorite lines, there's 2 of my favorite lines from freaking that movie are, man, this place is tighter than this you know what he's saying? He's like, Steven Street's like, this place is hard as hell to get into. It's tighter than a dolphin's butthole. And he's like, yeah, watertight. Do you hear that part?
No, I honestly don't. I can't think of any quotes right now. That's why I'm looking this up. You were thinking the Lone Rangers. That's original. How can you pluralize the Lone Rangers? There's only one. 67 copies of Moby Dick, the movie or the book. They made a book out of that.
Oh, when he goes, when he's like, you gotta get tough, man. You gotta get tough. You gotta get on the ground. Or what? I'm gonna stab you in the neck. With what, man? With what? My dick.
Hey, remember that fat kid on hard copy with a toy gun? The cop zapped him with a taser till he went bald, and then he sued him for $1 million when his pubes didn't grow in. Still ain't got no hair on his balls, man. Okay, anyway, moving on from Airheads. I just loving Brendan Fraser right now. Had to throw Lone Rangers in there.
Definitely you got to fill me in on all of that too, by the way.
For sure. Spinal Tap is number 4. Obviously, I mean, it's fucking Spinal Tap.
Just the band Spinal Tap, not a specific character.
No, just the band. Just the band. I didn't include. Okay, well, anyway, just Spinal Tap. Number 3, The Wonders or the Oneaters, depending on who you talk to. That Thing You Do, one of the funniest fucking movies of all time. That song.
You're signing. We're all signing.
That fucking asshole broke his arm. That movie is. I mean, that song is legitimately one of the greatest songs ever written. It has no right to be as good as it is.
It's fucking awesome.
It's in top 10 songs ever written, and it's everyone fucking knows it. They somehow created a fake song that was in a movie very popular and made it almost as fucking popular in real life. That's crazy. They played it at the baseball game, dude. It was somebody's entrance song. It's just crazy to me. I was just like, holy shit.
Imagine being an MMA fighter and you're coming out of the freaking tunnel and it's like,
that'd freak me the fuck out if the dude I was fighting walked out to some shit like that. I'd be like, we should just go, dude. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
You wearing lipstick? The cut man at the front's like, you can't. He's like looking at he's like, can he have that on?
But if it's fucking, if I walked out to something at an MMA fight, I'd just be like, I think we're alone now. Just fucking smoochy faces at him.
Just fucking pumped up.
Number 2, DJ from Hustle and Flow. Greatest fake rapper of all time. Whoop That Trick. I don't know, man. Is there something else we could call it? I don't know. I was going to call it Slap That Bitch. I love that fucking movie so much, dude. It is so fucking good. The music is so fucking good. The music won a fucking Oscar, man. 3 6 Mafia got a fucking Oscar for that movie. It's so good. And it put Memphis hip hop back in the mainstream, which it definitely deserves to be, man.
For sure.
And number 1.
You want me to say it? Rex Manning.
No, he's not even on the list, but we'll make him number 10. We'll make him number 10. Number 1. The one, the fucking only, the legend, Chris Gaines.
He's not in a movie, though.
He was supposed to be. The movie was called Hold on. That whole thing was supposed to be a movie.
Dude, you missed the two best ones. You missed two. Dude, you missed two worthy.
Steel Dragon and Rex Manning.
Yep.
How'd
you know that?
Because Steel Dragon was one that I desperately wanted to put on there, but just
stand up and shout.
Stand up and let it out.
Like they literally had like they put dude, that is like one of the best fake bands ever.
I love it. I don't need your. Oh, I fucking watch that movie all the time. Why did I not put that on the list?
Yeah, and how could you not put Rex Manning on the fucking list, dude?
So honestly, I didn't even think about that.
More. Like there's an actual song, dude.
Yeah, you're right. That's fucked up. I didn't.
Chris Gaines not even in a movie.
He was supposed to be though. This dude built up the biggest fucking thing for the whole dude. Not only was it supposed to be a movie, he put out the soundtrack years before it was even supposed to release. Look,
I thought it was just an album.
No, Garth Brooks took on the Chris Gaines persona to promote or to create buzz for a movie that he was sure was going to come out and be a huge hit that he hadn't even officially signed on to make, about a rock and roll star called Chris Gaines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he put out that album, The Life of Chris Gaines, and then he put out Chris Gaines' Greatest Hits. And everybody's like, who the fuck is Chris Gaines? And why is Garth Brooks wearing a wig and eyeliner? And then the movie never came. So there's no context for it. So now you could look, it's the greatest failure of ego in music. This was something that's like, he got so far ahead of himself, and we have the proof. And it's so funny to me.
It'd be awesome if you named it like, if his album was like D's Nuts.
Got him.
Chris Gaines, D's Nuts.
I'm surprised he didn't call it something stupid like No Pain, No Gains, or some shit like that.
Chris Gaines, No Pain.
No pain, no gains.
Chris Gaines, No Pain, No
Gains. Or just all one title, No Pain, No Chris Gaines. Fucking thank you, Chris Gaines, for everything you've done for us.
Oh, dude, I see you got your Agnes shirt on.
I do. Agnes, for everyone on the outside looking in.
Joel's wearing his Agnes shirt.
Has arrived. Shout out to Youth Energy. Love it. Man, got to say. Oh
God, that's funny.
They're teaming up with Restricted VR, who's the company. The last time they teamed up, they did that faculty hoodie and shit that I got.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Twister.
Oh, fug. Yep. That's dope, dude.
Which means I absolutely have to start dropping my shit soon, because that's like one step away logically from them doing a speed, and I already have all that shit ready to go.
So for those who are just now joining us, for those who have never listened to our podcast or haven't listened to the first 50 episodes, Joel is probably the biggest Twister fan on the planet. So if you're wondering why that's so important, it is. And so Joel also loves Speed, the movie.
Wearing a Speed hat right now.
Speed 2, though. You don't really care for Speed 2, I thought. You just only like Speed 2.
I love Speed 2. Love it.
Oh, how many VHSs of Twister were created?
Millions and millions and millions.
How many VHSs of Speed were created?
Millions and millions and millions.
I thought you said that there's a finite number that you could
look it up, but it's gonna be in the literal millions and millions and millions. Dude, both of those movies are two of the highest selling VHS of all time. Like that's up there with Titanic and Jerry Maguire and Top Gun.
What if we take all your Twister VHSs and make a Twister
out of them? That was the plan.
Do it in the fields of Oklahoma, and then just wait for a Twister to come and take it away to the heavens.
Okay.
Oh, God.
According to Wikipedia,
okay.
Sorry, hold on.
So, dude, G-Wagons, that's a good question. I think, dude, this is so weird. So many people have been talking about G-Wagons lately. I think that the starting price is like $100,000.
Holy shit. Here's an interesting piece of Twister trivia that I didn't know.
What?
Twister was the very first movie released on DVD, and
Really?
the very last movie released on HD DVD.
No way.
Yeah,
How cool is
weird.
that?
That's fucking weird.
That's
that means
cool.
that people were buying DVDs in '96. Rich
Damn.
motherfuckers. Easy. Shit was like $100 back then for a movie. For a movie, I'd like it a lot.
What the fuck was that? What about Laserdisc?
We landed on the moon. That's great.
Well, okay. How much do you think the starting price for a 2022 Mercedes-Benz G-Class G-Wagon is?
I don't know.
You guess.
133,000.
You fucking piece of.
I'm sorry.
You're such a dick.
But so that probably means that I was probably pretty close with the 300 for like a fully loaded, right? I said starting at 300, but maybe 300.
Oh no, those the fully loaded ones get to like $500,000 easily. Crazy. And so, but the thing is, like, there's I don't know if there's resale value in them or anything, but those things are like made to like survive jungles, dude.
Yeah,
like
they're bulletproof.
Yeah, they're like bad mother effers, you know? I don't know why all of a sudden I said bad mother effers. I think I want to go back to my no cussing phase. What do you think about that?
No, I don't give a shit. Okay, so they have a insanely high resale value compared to other cars.
Sure.
But compared to what you paid, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket. So a 2010 with 32,000 miles, 80,000.
Damn.
2009 with 111,000 miles, 41,000. So I think depending on how many miles you put on it, because here's a 2011 and it's only 54, but it's got 106. It looks the cheapest one on here is 49,000. No, wait. For that $41,000 one's the cheapest one, and that's a 2009 with 111,000 miles. It is still fucking stunning looking though. Like if you like the way those look.
I guess they're like timeless and like they're like, you know, they're timeless looks. I don't know how to say it, but
I love them, but I don't think I would. If I had the money to, I would probably still get one. But they just don't. They don't reflect my personality anymore.
Sure, yeah, not anymore, huh? Yeah, $133,000 car doesn't reflect your personality anymore, Joel.
Because I used to have an ego that thought it would get $130,000 car, no problem.
You know how much money you have to? Sorry, you get it. You know how much money you have to make to afford a $30,000 car?
A $30,000 car?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that depends. How are we buying it? Are we?
Let me change my tone. I'm saying it like I know. Do you know how much it costs how much you need to earn to own a $30,000 car? Because I don't know the answer.
To own it outright, I mean, you would need $30,000 of disposable income. Not many people have that.
What kind of salary would you make with no debt? You know what I mean?
Right. But here's the thing, though. The answer to this question can go all over the place. I know people who are literally steps away from bankruptcy who somehow are leasing a new car. You know what I mean?
Paying car payment. That's one thing. You know what I mean? So
right. That's what I'm saying. So, but the only other option is to buy it outright. So then you're talking disposable income, which none of us are going to. I mean,
no. I'm not. No, I'm talking about getting in a car payment just like a normal.
You don't need, dude. You can find a place that'll get you a car for a $30,000 car, even if you make $20 a month, man. There are plenty of places out there who will make that happen for you.
What if you're like, hey, I don't really have the money for this, but I have a lot of baseballs. Lots.
Something like 11,000.
I have like 11,000 baseballs that I personally caught.
They're like, you're that fucking guy, aren't you?
You're that fucking asshole.
It's free for you.
Hey, but by the way,
he walks in there and just starts pushing people out of the way of the cars because he thinks if he does that, he gets it.
Dude, did you ever watch that documentary, Hands on a Hard Body? So it's a documentary. It takes place in the 90s. I've actually never seen it. I've always heard so much about it. But and it takes place in the 90s, and it's like in Longview, Texas, and there was a car dealership that once a year had that weird competition where whoever took their hand off the car last. Do you know what I'm talking about?
This, but I love those competitions. They're fucking hilarious.
Apparently, that one is like what's going on forever, and apparently the guy that didn't win, he was the very last guy to take his hand off, so he lost. You know what I mean? That's crazy because they're talking about these people are on there for days. They get like 5-minute breaks like 3 times a day. And there's one guy's like, yeah, I just need a Snickers bar. And that's all he eats. But apparently, I don't know how true. I didn't watch the documentary, but somebody mentioned that one of the guys that, okay, it takes like 5 days to do this, right? Imagine being that dude that's second to that. The second, there's only 2, your last 2 on.
Right.
Y'all in this car. One of y'all. Imagine being the dude who's just like, nah, just takes his hand off. Apparently that dude walked over across the street to a Kmart and got a gun and like killed himself in the parking lot.
I've heard that story before, but I knew that's where you were going with it. So I looked it up right now, and that is not in this documentary.
Okay, what is that all about?
But I've heard that story though. So
I think you're the one who told me that story now. I think about it.
Hands on car, kill yourself.
Also, if anybody's having any
that wasn't so the documentary you're talking about is from 97. Okay.
Nice.
This happened in 2005, and it was at a Patterson Nissan in Longview.
It was in Longview too.
It was at Longview at Hands on a Hard Body. So it's not in that movie, but it had in 2005 he lost and walked the street and killed himself.
So if anybody's having any thoughts about suicide or anything like that, please seek out help. Yeah.
Did you know on TikTok they have to say unalive, because if they say dead, that it flags their video, no matter what they're talking about. So kids I'm learning all these new phrases that they have to use through TikTok, and unalive is the weirdest one. That one bugs me for some reason.
Where are you going?
Getting coffee.
That's a good idea. Let me get a little bit more. Let's say I haven't pushed one of these buttons in a while.
Big friend test. If you send this video to your friend and they don't reply back a video of them squeezing their mom's big fat tits, they're not.
What the fuck are you doing? That's so.
Stop fucking interrupting me. What did I fucking tell you last time? Shut the fuck up, you bitch, and mind your own business.
Don't talk to your fucking mother like that.
Sit the fuck back down before you get clapped, old man.
Every time I fucking hear that, I'm like, how?
There's no way that's real.
It can't be.
Can't be. Nobody would post it. There's no way. It's no way. Did you ever watch any of those videos I sent you of Tito and the Man?
No.
I mean, it's a yes or no, motherfucker.
Tito and the Man?
Yeah, Tico and the Man. He's
talk about.
I'm sorry.
We gotta get some more coffee.
Tico and the Man is an amazing. Go ahead. Tico and the Man is an amazing YouTube channel run by a guy named Frank Magillo, and it's. I don't want to say he's the wrong kind of bird. Damn it. He's a parrot. He's a yellow-headed parrot. He's 18 years old, and he loves to freestyle sing, while his dad Frank plays guitar. And his dad will play like like classic rock songs, some Zeppelin, some shit like that. And Tico, the parrot, he just fucking loves it. And he's got the funniest singing voice. He's like, ah, ah, ah. It's so funny. He goes in on some of the tracks, bro. He goes in. He would have been the sickest freestyle rapper if he was a real person. He's on some of those beats going, he's going in, bro. I'll fucking just turn that shit up so loud. Love it. It cracks me up, dog.
Just listening to it, just
because when he gets on a run, he hits these vocal runs, dude. He hits vocal runs that are wild because he's got such a, it's a parrot. His register is insane, so he's got like, it's so funny, dude. He's so fucking funny. I love that shit. So Tico and the Man, I highly suggest looking that up. They did a Rocky Like a Hurricane a couple weeks ago. It was great. Anyway. Anyway, I say.
So tell me a little bit about this whole Brendan Fraser thing.
Okay. So Brendan Fraser is an American actor, best known for or Canadian actor.
Airheads.
Canadian American actor, best known for the third Mummy movie. No, I'm just kidding. Best known for the Mummy, Airheads, Encino Man. I mean, the man needs no introduction. It's fucking Brendan Fraser. Everybody loves Brendan Fraser. He went through some pretty rough shit at like the peak of his career, and went through a divorce that literally, you know, like basically almost bankrupted him, and just depressed the shit out of him. Yeah, Bedazzled. Love Bedazzled. George of the Jungle, to a lesser extent. I mean, I liked that. Blast from the Past. That Looney Tunes movie. But anyway, so during all that time, I think he just slipped into like a super like deep depression and kind of like took a step back from Hollywood and shit. And then when he showed up again, people just got worried because he was on that show Doom Patrol, and he was doing some interviews for that a few years ago, and he just looked so different and so sad. And during the interview, he just seemed so sad and like kept saying things that were concerning, kind of. And people were just like, huh, this is not the same dude that we remember. And so everybody started kind of like the internet talks, you know what I mean? But instead of like viciousness, it seemed like kind of like when Bob Odenkirk was sick. It was like an outpouring of people being like genuinely concerned. Like, this dude was always so happy. He seems so fucking sad. And so he kind of opened up a little bit more about that. That's how we know about the divorce and like shit like that. But so he's been slowly coming back. He's on that Doom Generation show, which is good, or Doom Squad. And he just he has a smallish role in the new Steven Soderbergh movie on HBO Max, No Sudden Move, which is really good. But he just got a lead role, or one of the lead roles, in the new Martin Scorsese movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, with DiCaprio, and I think De Niro might even be in that one.
Nice.
So he went on an interview, and this was like maybe a week ago, and the interviewer's talking to him, and he brings up that he's doing the Scorsese movie, and she's like, I saw that, congratulations. And he's like, yeah, I'm just super nervous. And he genuinely seems like he's like, I'm super nervous. He's like, I want to throw up. He's like, I feel sick. And she's like, well, dude, I just want you to know, like, since I had the opportunity to tell you, like, everyone on the internet supporting you, and we all just want you to do well, and we all just want you to have your career back. And he fucking gets super choked up, and he's just like, he when he finally talks, he just has the most perfect Brendan Fraser moment where he like tips his cap and he's like, oh shucks, ma'am. And it's old school Brendan Fraser for like once, finally. And it just, so the video just went viral because everybody's happy to see Brendan Fraser, happy that we're happy for him.
That's awesome. No, that's really sweet. It's a breath of fresh air, if you will. And yeah, dude, Brendan Fraser's a freaking man, dude.
Still shouldn't have made the third Mummy though.
Is that the one with the Scorpion King?
No, that's the second one. I like that one. The third one's the one with Jet Li, and they replaced his girlfriend with somebody else who just did, like, why would you do that 3 movies in? It's his wife, Rachel Weisz. That's his wife and mother of his children through 2 movies, and then they replace her with some random chick in the, like, whatever.
Remember, I'm pissed off. Everybody got at me when I recommended The Constant Gardener to everybody.
Yeah, because dog, that was ahead of its time. You were ahead of the curve with that one. Me and you were the only one trying to watch depressing movies back then.
Dude,
no one else.
We were watching. What the fuck was wrong with us, dude? We were watching.
I still do
movies. Everybody's, what's your favorite movie? I'm like, City of God. It's hilarious. And you're like, what? I'm like, yeah, dude, it's funny.
Then you don't really think it's funny though. You love that movie and you love it.
Well, I watched it again. I'm like, oh shit! Like, there's some pretty fucked up stuff in here that I just like, kind of just like brushed over, just to like, you know what I mean?
Brushed over. I remember when you recommended it to me, you were like, "This movie's fucked up." So
it is. But I was like saying, I would laugh at there's funny. The thing that's so good about City of God, there are like funny, moments, in it.
It's got a lot of. It's got moments of levity for sure.
So what I would do is when I suggest, I'm like, yeah, there's funny part. Like I would talk about the funny parts, and I'd forget about the really vicious parts to mention those as well. So people would watch it, and they'd be like, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, so I was when we lived together in Victoria, my movie taste was changing like really fast into more experimental weird shit because I was discovering all that shit for the first time. And like Lynch and fucking Cronenberg and stuff, and that's when we were into Inland Empire and Mulholland Drive. Remember we had that phase with the homie, and Dude, I threw on Inland Empire the other day and was thinking about him. I was like, damn, dude, I wonder what he's up to these days. But anyway, but the year after that, so like 2007 or 8, when the French New Wave extreme horror came around, I fucking had nothing I could recommend anybody because my favorite movies for that entire 2-year period were atrocious things to recommend to people and are still some of my favorites, dude. Like Martyrs. So Martyrs, I still recommend to everyone. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, but it will fucking destroy you if you're not prepared for it. And if you are prepared for it, it hurts still real bad. And it's so wonderful though. It's a wonderful movie that is unfortunately it just pushes the envelope so far that's really hard to recommend. But I was also into Inside, that movie where we made you watch that one. Remember, that's the one where the woman was pregnant and she's trapped in her house with the woman who wants to steal her baby all night.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, dude. I don't think I finished it because I just could not.
You left the room, but you were definitely there. That's how it used to go usually.
Oh my God, dude. And also just a brevity. Yeah, I'm not saying that City of God is a comedy. I'm just saying there's funny parts in it. So that's it.
No. I get it.
It's a very eye-opening film as well, especially when it comes to the favelas of Rio de Janeiro.
Dude, I have to say this. Our homie that just got married used to work at the movie theater. And when he worked at the movie theater was such a great period of time because that was when I was smoking like the most, just smoking all the time and waking up at Anaqua and hitting up the homies and going and sneaking in the side door at movies. I'll never forget. He hit me up in the morning and he was like, yo, we actually got The Descent, that fucking crazy ass cave movie. And I remember leaving Anaqua early as fuck and we went and smoked a blunt and sat down. I don't know if have you seen The Descent? The opening 15 minutes of that movie is, if you don't know what's coming, it literally, you will be shook from the opening 15 minutes of that movie. And it's not horror. It's just something straight up tragic that happens. And you're so caught off guard. Okay. And it's shot so perfectly to just punch you in the gut. And I'm so fucking stoned. I'm young. I'm high school high, as they would say. You know what I mean? And I'm fucking in the theater chilling and we're goofing around and the movie starts. And that fucking opening scene happens. And we're both just like white. Fucking like, what the fuck? And then like 10 minutes later, his phone rings and it was his girlfriend at the time. And he was like, I gotta go. I was like, you fucking serious? And he's like, yeah, I gotta go. And I was too stoned and I didn't know how I'd get home. So I was like, all right, just take me home. So we left. And for the longest time, I was afraid of watching that movie because I was like, bro, the fucking opening of that movie just hit so hard. And then I remember I watched it and it was not as bad. Great movie though. But you know what's fucking funny? When I first started smoking a lot when we lived at Anaqua, movies, that's what made me smoke. Movies. Watching movies when you're stoned at first, like when you first start smoking, it's just the most insane experience. You see things in the movies you would never have seen normally, you know? And I have a really bad movie that I love now because of that period of time. I'll never forget it. You were up doing shit. Cody was up doing shit. And the homie had just left, and we had been in the back, and it was when you finally didn't care if people were smoking. So we had been in the back, and we smoked a blunt, and he left, and I came in, and I put on, I sat on my bed, and I put on.
I was definitely going through some like identity crisis stuff.
You were just trying new morals out. It's cool, man. People do that. I do that shit. But anyway, I put on Any Given Sunday. It's a fucking Oliver Stone football movie. Okay.
Yeah.
First off, shit's like 8 hours long. It's so fucking long. Felt like 20 hours. But the opening scene of that movie, somebody gets like severely hurt on the football field, okay? And it's shot so crazy. And I was laying in bed and Knock was just like, oh, I shouldn't have watched this shit. I was freaking the fuck out. That was the most intense movie dude, that was, at the time, I thought that was the most intense movie I'd ever seen. And now I watch it, I'm like, man, this movie fucking kind of sucks. But I was just like, holy shit, this football movie is hard as hell.
Oliver Stone movie? I never knew that.
Yeah. There's a fight in that movie between Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J that really happened. Basically, in between takes, LL Cool J was like, you think you're fucking with the right one, and you are. You found a motherfucker, and beat his ass.
Dude, LL Cool J is apparently like a you don't fuck with him.
Not one to fuck with, LL, bro.
Yeah.
The actual fact of the matter is that some of the most real OGs in the game are MC Hammer, LL Cool J, like people you wouldn't expect. You don't fuck with LL. Also, his mom said he could knock him out. So like,
Yeah,
Mama told him in the 80s, start laying him down, son. So he's just like, well, I wouldn't fuck with him. Also, he fought a shark and wrote a rap song about it.
And won.
All to save his bird.
Dude, do you remember Ellis? What the hell's his damn name? He had that radio show, Jason Ellis, the skater. He was like freaking, he was like huge on Sirius Radio.
Oh, I don't know him.
Jason Ellis?
Oh.
The old skate. Anyways, his show used to be freaking like every guy listened to a show for the longest time. It used to be hilarious. But he always claimed if he's ever in shark infested waters, he would the only thing he could ever do is just fight the shark.
That's a lot like when Mark Wahlberg said that if he'd been on the plane during 9/11, shit would have been different. That's my favorite quote from a celebrity ever. He said, if I'd have been on that plane, things would have been different that day. Fuck yeah, Mark Wahlberg. I don't know what the fuck you were planning on doing.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg would have died on 9/11.
Yeah, we would have not gotten any of those shitty Transformers movies. Yeah. A lot of shit would have been different, Mark. A lot of shit. You wouldn't have made Daddy's Home too. So I do want to, I should have said this before the 55-minute mark, but on kind of a sour note, I do want to say this because I meant to say it last week, but it just completely slipped my mind. Trevor Moore, the creator and lead guy from The Whitest Kids You Know, passed away from a couple weeks ago. Oh, he was one of the funniest, most influential people on modern comedy right now. So like, shout out to him and RIP, and I hope his family and everybody's okay, because honestly, like, could not have happened at a worse time. Dude, that's a little after your time, but Whitest Kids You Know was a fucking phenomenon for people like my age and younger. And
no, I remember episodes are hilarious. Like one of my favorite sketches is the monster truck drivers on that show.
My favorite sketch by them, I'm afraid to even say it and that's the whole point of the sketch, but the sketch where you can't say you want to kill somebody, a person you're not supposed to say legally that you can kill, but in order to make that sketch, they each had to say it a bunch of times. It's like, that's just really smart comedy. And they had taken a huge break and they had just come back. They were about to start a show on Comedy Central. They were bringing Whitest Kids You Know back. They had like one of the most popular podcasts last year, and he just passed away, man. So damn, really fucking sad. He honestly left behind a lot of great comedy. I highly suggest looking up Whitest Kids You Know, like greatest hits, or they just put out like a video called For Trevor. And that's like, it's got a lot of his greatest hits and shit in it. So really check that out, and RIP to him. On a lighter note, though.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I got to find a lighter note. Oh.
What do you think? Remember we used to always be like, is today the actual serious episode?
Oh, yeah. Now we just fucking...
And then it turned into a whole pandemic happened and every episode is a serious episode. We're like, can we laugh on the next episode, please?
No laughing.
This is No Laughing Matter. This is I Didn't See It, But I Believe You, where everything should be taken as serious as possible.
I have a responsibility as an influencer to stand up for what's right.
Well, cool, man. Do you have anything else you want to add on for today?
I got nothing.
Sweet. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug. That's Joel. And click right here if you want to follow us on YouTube or subscribe. We really appreciate it. No, you won't, but it'd be nice if you did. And if you want to watch our last one, click over there with Joel. Later. Oh, also, we're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and all that stuff. Yep. Bye, Jolie.